Tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Mazen Mustafa. I'm a 23-year-old student that was born and raised in Oxford. I know Jack Letts from school originally. We were childhood friends. We became friends around 12 years old, and our friendship developed up until we got to about 17, 18.
And since Jack went to Syria, how frequently have you been in contact with him?
We used to speak about, every couple of months, I'd say, every couple of months, just to check up on each other, general, chit chat. But yeah, that's more or less it.
And how have you been able to contact him?
Well, it's actually through Facebook Messenger. I didn't go above and over, download special apps and stuff. Just Facebook, talk to him. On Messenger. He'd message me, I'd message him. It was just simple as that. It wasn't anything special.
What is Jack Letts' story and where is he now?
Jack Letts was a normal kid, pretty normal. Bit of a Jack the Lad almost sometimes, It's my friend, we played football, we boxed together, we did a lot of boxing. He was witty, he was fun, he talked to girls, and he was generally just a loved person, big part of the community in Oxford, and he converted to Islam, but he continued living a very similar lifestyle, just cutting out some of the things that he used to think that were right, but due to his new lifestyle were no longer. So he went to Syria, long story short. It's not really one of those stories you skip over straight away.
Yeah.
But, for legal reasons, I can't really talk too much about what happened, but he went to Syria. A stupid mistake, if I'm honest, in my opinion anyway. Very stupid mistake. He went there, originally he went to Jordan at first. And then from Jordan he traveled to Kuwait, where he was studying and, trying to do some humanitarian work, teaching English, so on and so forth. Now, Jack is in northern Syria. He's being held currently by the Kurds in a Kurdish prison. He's been held there for the past about 2 years.
And what do you think has been missing from the mainstream media coverage of Jack's story?
I think people have taken the human out of Jack. They've taken the idea that someone like Jack could have been any one of us. A lot of people think that you'd have to be stupid almost to be groomed, or to be given an idea to do something and follow through with it. You'd have to be stupid to end up in Syria. How do you end up in Syria? But it's honestly not as simple as that. Like, the things that are being kept out of the media are who he was as a person. His sense of humor, what he got up to, the fact that he was just a normal kid growing up in Oxford, living a normal life. And I think the media have been taking Jack's story and they've been twisting it to add their own narrative to the situation, and maybe add, fuel the public's opinion about people like Jack, people like Shamima being allowed back and whatever. So it's a bit, if you ask me, it's wrong. It's severely disconnected from our morals, following just the media story about who these people are. He did do something wrong, and that was to go to Syria. In my opinion, he shouldn't have gone at a time like it, a time that it was, what was happening, so on and so forth. However, I can understand because I came from the same place as he did, and we made very similar decisions throughout our whole childhood. We came from the same place. Here I am now at uni, continuing on my normal existence, my normal life, whereas he's out there in, northern Syria being held in a prison. And so whatever decisions got him to where he was could have easily got me to where, could have easily got me to the same place. But I just was lucky to escape some of the things that he got caught in. I think a lot of people think that society has been we have been failed by them as a society. How could traitors, how could they leave us and go to these places and blah, blah, blah. That whole narrative is off. This whole narrative is wrong. If anything, my opinion, is that we as a society failed them, because there was things in our society that allowed them to get up, be influenced by it, get up and leave, and go somewhere like Syria. And as a society, we failed them by not being able to stop those things. And you ask me why we weren't able to stop them things. I couldn't tell you. All I could tell you is that maybe we're putting our focus into the wrong things. We're putting our focus into ostracizing these people, hating them, rather than trying to understand them and try to think, that at the end of the day, they're human. Any decision they were to make, we probably could have made had we been in the same circumstances. That's really the point I'm trying to get at here. Jack was a victim of some bad circumstances, and don't get it twisted. He should definitely pay for what he's done. There's consequences for what you do, but like I said, we should understand these people. Try and figure out what made them get there, rather than now that they're there, keep them there.
Should Jack be allowed back into the UK?
Yes, definitely. No question whether Jack should be allowed back in the UK or not. Absolutely no question. First of all, I don't know why it's a debate. There's international laws in place here. There's courts, there's people, there's all sorts of things. Not even Saeed Javid, that waste man, could come out and say these things. These things aren't decided by politicians. They're not decided by Twitter. They're not decided by the media. These things, there's laws in place. There's international law in place to say that Jack is allowed back. There's international law in place to say that Shamima is allowed back and that she can't have her citizenship stripped off her because, she has to be eligible for a second citizenship, which she doesn't have, And Bangladesh has come out and said she doesn't have. My opinion on whether he should be allowed back is just as irrelevant as everybody else's, because it doesn't matter what my opinion is, whether he's allowed back. Yeah, and like I said, there's international courts and international laws that are in place for these things to be carried out properly. And the fact that a lot of people, in our community, we as a community can sit there and try to strip these people of their human rights and try to deny them of their right to a fair trial is shocking. We're sitting on our high horses judging everybody that has gone to Syria or has made a stupid decision in their life. But let me ask you, have you ever made a dumb decision when you were 13, 14, 15? And the answer is, I guarantee you would be yes. Everyone does it, and just because you've done it doesn't mean you should spend the rest of your life without your human rights. I'm not asking for preferential treatment for Jack. I'm not saying Jack should be, paraded with roses when he comes back, nothing like that. What I'm saying is Jack should be allowed what he is entitled to. Simple as that. Just simple as that. Jack, his situation is that he's eligible for a Canadian citizenship and a British citizenship. So essentially, according to that law, he could be stripped of his British citizenship. However, Shamima Begum, on the other hand, cannot be stripped of her British citizenship. And you know what about Shamima? Let me just make my point very clear about Shamima, yeah? Like I said to you yesterday, that was my daughter. Boy, you don't understand, yeah? I'm having words, yeah? I'm having big boy words. However, I'm not stripping her of her human rights. I'm not locking her in a room with 50 other people, and just discarding her, just letting her go, giving up on her. I'm not doing that. So I don't understand as a society why we should do that. If you want to look at grooming and you want to look at what it creates, you look at people like Shamima Begum, because that's what happens. Grooming is a serious thing, and anybody can be groomed. Put it this way, if you're one of those people in the comments being like, never let them back, let them all rot, you are contributing to material that groomers use on these people. You are directly giving these groomers evidence to show the people that they're grooming that their society hates them. Something as simple as that, a groomer could use to go to someone they're trying to groom and be like, bro, look at this. Look at what you see on the phone. See how much these people hate you. Look at them. They don't care about you. They want you to rot. They want to kill you. They never want you to come back. Fuck that. Now you got to go back and you got to show them why. That's how they get into people's heads. It's exactly what they do. So the more you sit there and show them you don't like them, you hate them, ostracize them from our community, don't bring them back, it's just fuel to the fire. If you really, really have a problem with grooming, you really have a problem with these people, try and figure out how to stop it. Try and figure out how to hone in on the problem and solve it, because it's a big problem. It's a very, very big problem. Not enough effort is going into things like this.
What can people do for Jack Letts today?
People can raise awareness. They could talk about it. They can, you know, when they hear people having these judgmental opinions and mindsets, they can try and get them to a level of understanding. They can try and, you know, they can try and adopt a different mentality when looking at things and try and spread that on. Post things about him, you know. I'm calling on the people that knew him as well, because I'm not the only one. He's a big part of our community. Come out, talk about him, you know. Post photos. Use a hashtag, Free Jack Letts. Use social media as our friend, you know. So post photos, get the conversation going. Talk to people about it. Let them know that this grooming thing is happening. If you don't know what grooming is, ask about it, so you can try and stamp it out. Yeah. How many of you don't actually know what grooming is? Or are you just sitting there and judging these people for no reason? Just because we're being ostracized by the media as a Muslim community anyway, doesn't mean that we have to, you know, deny the problems with the community. There are problems in the community. You know, we're not all roses. There are issues, and we do need to solve them. Not a problem. We will solve them. But we have to solve them with a level of understanding. We can't solve them with a judgmental attitude. That's something even our religion tells us not to do. Do not judge people, you know? So I hope that if I could give advice to the next person, I'd just say, don't judge no one, because you ain't been in their shoes, you don't know what it's like. Second of all, find a level of understanding. Try and see, you know, try and understand why the person has made the decision that they made, rather than judging the decisions, because that's bad. And also, bro, like, human rights, going back to it again, basic things. Like I said, even if you're the biggest wrong'un in the world, the biggest wrong'un, I'm talking, cool, you went and joined ISIS, you killed 100 people, whatever, you're still entitled to a fair trial if you're a British citizen. That's the law of the land, regardless of what you do. When you're saying things like, kill them all, we don't want them back. That's a mindset you're adopting. It's the exact same mindset that ISIS people have when they're killing innocent people. They're not part of our mentality. They're not part of our society. We need to kill them. What's the difference between they're not part of our society, they went and joined ISIS, we need to kill them? What's the difference? It's the same thing. So really just be careful and remind yourself what you're thinking. Try to understand your own thoughts as well as understanding somebody else's.